Hi everyone, and welcome back to Ardua Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a sneak peek at a new game that's in development called Hero U: Rogue to Redemption. And if you've been following the development of this game and the history of this game, you'll know that it's by the creators behind Quest for Glory, Lori and Corey Cole. And so they've kind of developed this new game. It's really based. It's similar to the Quest for Glory series, and it follows. It's kind of a bit of an adventure role-playing game with, of course, that usual humor that you would find in the Quest for Glory games. And of course, when I found out about this game, I just had to jump on it. As you know, I have a huge love for Quest for Glory, and of course the Coles as well, just from their their uniqueness in what they bring to the video game genre and to games like Quest for Glory and now, of course, Hero U. So this is the very first demo that they released of Hero U, and essentially they're doing what a lot of independent game developers are doing now, where they have launched a Kickstarter and to raise money for this game, and that's how the game has been developed. So of course I donated to the Kickstarter campaign, and as a donor to the Kickstarter campaign, you get early access to demos and what have you. So this is the very first demo, and I'm a little late in putting this out. There are actually demos. There's a newer demo which I'll premiere in the next video that is more up to date than this one. But this is the very first demo. And essentially all it is just one little scene in the game, probably at the very beginning of the game, where you are just kind of starting out as a would-be thief. And essentially the idea is you've broken into somebody's home, you're in their apartment or what have you, and you need to find this particular item that the chief thief sent you out to get. So we join our hero, Sean O'Connor is his name, already inside the apartment. So far so good, made it into the house without attracting attention. Chief Thief wants us to look for a small silver coin. So of course now, like with any other game, in like any of the Sierra games, Quest for Glory and any kind of adventure game, click on everything, talk to everybody. That's how you find things, and you're going to use them for future and yada yada yada. So fairly simple interface right now. You've got, of course, your info or inventory, which we don't have anything, so waha. I'm sorry, this is your inventory, your bags. Any your outfit type stuff would go here, and then this bottom one, I guess, would be like spells or something. Not sure, but the bottom line is we're really not going to need any of it for this particular game. So it's basically a point and click. We have this chest here. There's a cat hanging out over here. There's a chest of drawers here. So let's go ahead and click on the chest of drawers. Right click on the chest of drawers, excuse me. And let's see. Okay, cabinet. Let's take a look at the cabinet. All right, let's search the cabinet drawers. No coin, but there's a silver letter opener. So we're going to go ahead and take that. And let's see if we can try to move the cabinet. No, it won't move. Okay. So now there's a desk over here. So I think we should come on over here to the desk and see what we can, see if there's something in the desk maybe. So let's take a look at the desk. Okay, looks like there's a drawer. Could be locked. Examine, nothing. Alright, let's try to unlock the drawer. We don't have any way to open it, so maybe it's not in there. We don't have any lock picks yet. We'll try to move the desk. That's not going to do anything. We're going to open the unlocked desk drawer, find a bunch of papers, a pen, and some dried ink. We can take the paper, and then you get that little funny, we don't need those stinking papers. You can try to take the pen, but he has reason not to take it. Try to take the ink, but it's dry and there's no point to it. So we can try to pick the drawer lock, but we just don't have anything to pick it with other than the letter opener, and it didn't do a whole lot of good. I don't know if there's anything else we can do with this desk. Doesn't look like it. So let's take a walk over here. We have a, what is this? Looks like a piano. So we don't, now of course we broke into somebody's house, so we don't want to draw attention. So we definitely don't want to play the piano. But let's take a look at it. Okay, great. Nice little piano. Nothing really to it. We can examine it, but nothing's going on. I'm not going to play it for obvious reasons. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have a globe over here. I don't know that that's going to do us any good. Let's take a look at it. It talks about getting out, so we know that we're in Sardonia. Take a look, examine, nothing really hidden. Let's take the globe. Nope, nothing there. Okay. So, as you may know from previous Quest for Glory games, when you play as a thief, there's paintings. Often behind the paintings are safes. So let's take a look at this meadow painting and see if maybe there's a safe back there. It talks about the painting itself. Let's try to move the painting. Nope, looks like it's like stuck to the wall, and that's that. There's a door here. Now that door probably goes out into the hallway, so we probably don't want to open that. Might even go to a bedroom, we don't know. Table here with a doily on it. Doesn't seem like we can do much with that. There's a couch, so maybe this is something that's like hidden in the couch, so let's take a look. Really comfortable. Examine the seat cushions. Anything down there? No, nothing that we're looking for. So let's exit out of that. Let's check this footrest real quick since we're here. Nope. Can we take it? Nope. Alright. Let's go ahead and check the bookcase over here, and we see another painting. All about thieves and stealing things. Okay. Let's examine the books. Let's see if we can take a book. Here's a copy of Robert's Rules of Order. And we're going to borrow that. Okay. And now let's take a look behind this painting. And you may recognize this image. That's a Sierra. And that was the logo for the Sierra Gaming Company. So that's interesting there. And they even mentioned that it's a Sierra. No sign of the coin. Let's try to move it. Maybe there's some back there. Nope. Can we? Nope. All right. Well, the only thing we didn't really look at was this fireplace here. So let's take a look. Look at the fireplace. So there's a little fire going in there. All right. Okay. Great. Examine. Ah, one of the panel designs is loose. So let's try to open that panel. Yep. And there we go. All right. There's a safe. Aha. But how are we going to open this safe? Doesn't seem... Oh, look at that. Centerpiece looks like the coin we are sent to find. So this right here. Let's see if we can open it. Nope. Doesn't look like we're going to get to open it. We're going to need 4 different keys to open this safe, it looks like. But here's the coin right there. So we have that letter opener that we picked up in the cabinet. So let's go ahead and try to pry the coin off the safe. There we go. We got it. Done. So we got the coin. Put that back. Exit out. And that's pretty much it. We just picked up the coin, and now it's time for us to get out of here. We got what we came for, and we've pretty much looked at everything else, so it's time to go. And that's it. So that, again, very first demo